Welcome to PC Gaming Tech Summary. I'm your host Gamer, and today we look at some overclocking of the 12700K CPU, the new Intel beast. I'm telling you, this CPU is really powerful and would be overkill for most systems. I'll talk about it more today. Yeah, so you've got these 8 cores, and at the moment I've got them all core overclocked, so they all can hit 4.9 gigahertz at once. Now if I were to take this and try and run Cinebench, well, I'd have probably 3 cores or so that would just shoot up to 100 degrees and then thermal throttle, which means they would be forced to come down in frequency. And so the performance then goes down of your whole package. But I don't run Cinebench every day of the week. I don't run Cinebench for, I just do it for kicks and giggles, so to speak. So I don't run it very often. So for general gaming, it's fine. It's fine. It's not going to overheat. And I'll show you some results of running Shadow of the Tomb Raider, because when you do the in-game benchmark on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it gives you a wealth of information. And so we can compare a few things if you'd like, and have a look at that. So sit right back. I'll start with overclocking, how I overclocked the efficient cores. So these are smaller cores that produce less heat and run at lower frequency. They are meant to be used for multitasking, so background tasks and things like that, but I'm telling you right now, they get used right in the game. Okay, so Intel and Microsoft have worked out what they call scheduling, so what these cores are going to do. And once you start up a game, you can look at the monitoring of the cores, and you can see straight away that these efficient cores are being used right in the game. And so far, everything is buttery smooth. A very smooth, good experience, I'd have to say. So I think for most people, the 12600K, which is the 6 gaming performance cores, and then you've got 4 multitasking cores, would definitely be sufficient if you're just building a gaming rig. That should last for quite a while, I would think. So later on in the year, towards the end of the year, Intel are going to release the 13th gen of this technology, and it sounds like there's going to be more cores. So I wouldn't just think that the prices are going to come down or anything like that. I wouldn't assume that by any means. With GPUs, I would assume that the prices are coming down. So if you're in the market for a GPU, like I've said before, keep your eye on things at your local sellers, and keep a good look on their pricing. Because there is some new technology coming out by Intel. They're going to release some gaming graphics cards sometime this year, probably about the middle of the year, is what we're hearing at the moment. And they've released, they release in a couple months a CPU that is for mining. So yeah, so at the moment there is a less demand for mining applications of graphics card. There's a bit of a slump in the mining market. How long that's going to last, I don't know. Nobody knows, really. They always go up and down, and people make money by that happening. So, sit right back, have a cup of coffee, and we'll get into it. So I'm just going to go into the UEFI BIOS of the MSI Z690 Pro A Wi-Fi. So we go into the system settings, then we come down to recovery right here. Reset advanced startup and go back. Okay, now advanced startup. Restart your device to change startup settings, including starting from a disk or USB drive. We're going to do that. Restart now and restart now. We then go into troubleshoot. Now, if your mouse won't click, you can use the arrow keys in the enter key to do so. So then advanced options, and now we come over here to UEFI firmware settings, and now we restart. Anything you do or don't do is at your own risk. You enter your BIOS at your own risk. I am simply showing you what I've done. I'm not suggesting that you do this in any way. Now, we are in the advanced section. If I want to go to the easy mode of the BIOS, then up above, just off the screen, it says easy mode, or press F7. This is MSI, of course. We're going to just go into the OC, the overclocking settings, and I'll just show you where I overclocked the E cores. Okay, there's 4 E cores. So on stock settings, you have all cores selected. I have turbo ratio offset. Okay, eco ratio apply mode, turbo ratio offset. And then when you have E-core turbo ratio offset value, normally it would be on auto. I've got it set to 3, which then overclocks the E cores, the efficiency cores, multitasking cores, to just over 4 gigahertz. Okay, and so that is as simple as that. Now, if I wanted to, which I'm going to do later on, if I wanted to say only use 4 performance cores, the gaming cores, and have 4 unused of those, so then I would have 4 efficiency cores overclocked and then 4 of the performance cores. I go into advanced CPU configuration. Okay, and then here, active P cores, I can select that I only want 4 P cores running. Okay, same with the E cores. Now I've only tried all and 2. Well, actually I tried 1, so just 1 E-core, and the computer didn't like it, so straight away I went to 2, and then it took it okay. So I don't like to force things. If the computer doesn't like it, then I'll just change what I'm doing. Okay, so that's that. Again, in settings and advanced, the top one here, you go in and you've got resizable bar, which you can enable here. Okay, and I've got the XMP profile for the RAM set, so it's showing me here and showing me the CPU speed, and that's the default speed. It then will boost up to 4.9 all core of the performance cores, and so I can see that my RAM is running at the correct speed that I bought, and it's simple enough here to click XMP profile. Now if I click this CPU button here, that is actually going to do an MSI overclock, okay, and it puts on the radiator fans for the AIO all-in-one cooler at 100%, and it's a little bit annoying. and I can't run Cinebench without thermal throttling using that, so I'm actually not using that much at all. Okay, so I have not made any changes to the BIOS, and I'm leaving. This is the login screen, and when I first installed Windows 11, what I found, it's best to wait for a little bit of a beep before you enter in your, like, you heard that beep? Now I enter it in. So if I just wait for that, I can avoid sort of things not working after that. Just a little thing I noticed. Well, if you'd like to see some more videos on the 12700K and overclocking and the 3060 12 gigabyte and Windows 11, well, subscribe and you'll get notified when those videos are ready. Here at PC Gaming Tech Summary, we try and summarize technology to make it easier for you to understand and to save you time. So that's what we're about here. So we're going to do a wide variety of subjects and cover lots of different things. I don't want to get bogged down by just looking at video cards every episode. That would be a bit boring. So thanks for joining us here on PC Gaming Tech Summary, and don't forget, you'll be seeing me in the next video.